Every interaction is an opportunity to create or facilitate social skills learning. It's important that we remember that this is a cyclical process. It requires observation of nonverbal and verbal cues. It requires us analyzing those cues. It requires us to develop plans and interventions, to implement those interventions, and then to evaluate them and start the process over again. Unlike shoe tying, where you can teach a student to tie their shoes, and once they've mastered that skill, they've got it, and you move on to another skill. Social skills is a requires dynamic learning. The social situations we find ourselves in from infancy to adulthood are constantly changing. All right? Going out into the environment like going to the mall. All right? Every time you go into a mall and you try to find help in a store, you try to interact with other people, or you're navigating the mall with your friends, it's a new experience. You know, think about how sometimes each of us gets overwhelmed when we go into a mall in terms of building up the courage to go up and ask for help, finding people to help you, looking around situations and saying, oh, there's something I'm interested in. There are some people, again, I might want to go talk to or be with, and how do you, again, approach that? Everything we do in social skills is dynamic, and that's the biggest challenge around teaching this skill, is that it's not something we do once and then move on. It's something that as the child grows and matures, the demands and requirements change constantly. Again, within the module, there are two assessments that you can use to begin to plan your interventions. Number one, we observed and we looked at what happens in the environment. Number two, we do want to use assessments that look at what are some of the skills that students at different age levels should achieve. There are assessments by Sharon Zell Sachs, again, which we've been allowed to use by American Foundation for the Blind Press, and then a publication from the Texas School for the Blind and Visually Impaired on independent living skills that deals with social skills. Again, as a way for you to take in and look at the situation you're in and say, these are the next steps, these are the goals we need to achieve. What we're going to look at next are two, again, video clips. And again, it's just a way to sort of reinforce for you the issues around social skills or viewing social skills development through the eyes of a person with a visual impairment. It may be a little bit redundant to see this clip on top of the other clip, but we've found that repeated observations and experiences of what it may be like to observe the world through vision loss are important. That we as sighted people so often underestimate what we do with our vision, that these video clips can oftentimes help you begin to think about what are the impacts of this particular child's visual impairment and how am I going to help them overcome those impacts to develop their social skills. You'll see two video clips. The first one will be low vision, and you'll be observing two girls at play. And the next video clip will be the same scenario in clear vision, so that you'll be able to then see what they were actually doing. Again, it's important that you use this time to maybe jot down some notes of your observations, what social skills cues you're seeing, what are some of the things that you would think about that are being missed by a child with a visual impairment, and later on, the range of experiences that you can see once vision is clear. And then how would you intervene if you were to bring a child with a visual impairment into that particular situation?
How does that say here? Erase that and let's right here. Erase that. You're so quick. We were supposed, I don't know why we didn't know this last week. Okay. Yeah, we normally know this a little bit better. Okay. Now, I don't know why. That's Jen. Jen is the schedule. Okay. Maybe she just said she's here. Yeah, because it's Robbie, it's Lauren. Yes. But Ravel, I need you. Ravel? I need you. Mr. Rohn is waiting. Yes. You need to point to what you wrote. How does that say here? You're just too fast. Erase that and let's right here. Erase that. You're so quick. We were supposed, I don't know why we didn't know this last week. Okay. Yeah, we normally know this a little bit better. Okay. Now, I don't know why. Jen is the scheduler. Okay. Maybe she needs to get that she's here so we can hear her. Yeah, because it's Rory, it's Lauren, Ravel, and Johnny. Yes. But Ravel, I need you. Ravel? I need you. Mr. Rona's waiting.